What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games. And later on in future episodes I will be having special guests to appear and discuss their hobbies and how you can benefit from their experiences. Now for today I decided to do a toy review of the Transformer Masterpiece Collection and none other than the leader of the Decepticon, Megatron. Not that Megatron. Close, but we could do better. That's right, it's the MP-36 Plus Megatron by TAKARA TOMY. Now, if you are a big G1 fan like myself, you will fully appreciate this figure because it has the exact same color scheme as the original G1 Megatron. But the mold is from the MP-36 Megatron Masterpiece, which it suits well because for the height requirement compared to the other Masterpiece Decepticons, it works. But for the price though, that's very debatable. For retail price, brand new, sealed, it's about $400. Now, you can buy one open and complete for about $200 to $250. That is still pretty expensive. Now, instead of me continuing talking about prices, let's go straight into the review. Here is the MP-36 Plus Megatron. Now, you can literally tell the difference compared to the box. It is so much shinier. That chrome is amazing. The only thing is that too bad the feet doesn't have any chrome. But the majority of the figure is actually die-cast metal, so it works out. So let's get a closer view of the face and the chest. You can clearly see that the face and the chest really represents the G1 toy Megatron. But if you don't like it, that's okay. It actually comes with 3 separate head sculpts that you can actually switch them out for, and 1 extra chest piece. Now, for the options of the heads that you have a serious face, a laughing face, and an angry face. And for the chest, you have more of a show accurate Megatron chest, or pretty much the MP-36 chest. Now to switch out the heads is very simple. Just lift up from the chin, and there you go. And there's a peg right there, and there you go. Now, if you know where this frame is actually from, comment it down below. So we're going to grab his serious head, just slide it in like this, and done. Now for the chest piece. The issue when it comes to chrome is that it scratches easily and makes the parts a lot thicker. So you have to be very careful when you're doing transformation or you're displaying him. Okay, so for the chest right here. Now this has 2 pieces that you have to be careful of. The first one is right here. This hinge lifts up. The second one is that there's a rotation. Now both of these are for transformation reasons. So to lift it up and remove the chest piece, you have to put 2 fingers right here to press down. Then try your best to equally lift it up. There we go. Because right here, it actually slides into place. And that's the problem about chrome, is that when they did this model, they actually made it too thick on a lot of pieces. So I'm going to put that on the side. And we're going to slide it down. There we go. Now let's get a full look of it. Now that looks amazing. And this is actually how I display it on my shelf with the rest of my Masterpiece collection. It's very simple. It's exactly like the show. I love it. And the chrome just really sticks it out. Now for the other accessories that we have this cannon. Now, we all know that it's also the barrel for his other mode, but it's also a stand. So you just switch it like this, and there's an import right here that you place it. Now, I will not be doing it because it takes a while and it's really hard to plug it in and to remove it as well. And we don't have that much time. Now, for the next thing, it comes with a collector's card. Now, the only thing it has is images, a little text over here, and what? Text specs as well. So, not really important. Now, this thing is not part of the Transformer TCG. It's actually just a collector's card that you're supposed to put in a binder or display with your Transformer piece as well, which you could. But that does remind me that later on in future episodes, we will be discussing about the Transformer TCG and how to play and what's the top tier 1 decks that are out for today's format. Next thing that we have is none other than the instructions. So, and out of all the instructions I ever had for Masterpiece, I find this one to be the most like plain looking one. Okay. The only thing that's interesting is actually the back. So it actually has blueprints of the original G1 toy, which I actually think is very intriguing. But also it makes me notice that if you had the G1 toy, you would know that his other weapon that he had was a sword. And I kind of wish this guy had a sword too. That would have been pretty cool. But he doesn't. Now, for the next thing that we have is articulations. Starting from the head, it could look side to side, up and down as well. Now, for the arms, both shoulders could lift all the way up. Each arm could do a 360. And from that sound, you know already that it's very stiff. So if you're displaying this with other weapons or even characters in its arms, you will know that they will stay in the exact same position and will never leave in that position. Okay. Next, we have a nice elbow bend. All the way. Now, for the wrists, we have a swivel. Very nice. Oh, and there's a bicep. Next, we're going to deal with the thumb. The thumb could actually go up and down. So one hinge over there. The finger actually has 2 hinges. So the index finger has 2. So right here. There we go. Next, for the 3 fingers, they are all attached, but they have 2 hinges. So you can actually make a fist. Perfect. Now, for the waist, you have a full spin that you could do. And you have an ab crunch. But due for transformation though. Now, for the legs, you're going to be having to move lots of flaps. So the skirts over here, the side to side. Yeah, let me just angle this. So right here, you're going to have to lift up just for it to do a spread. Now, because of, well, the back flaps over here, the Decepticon ass, you can't really do further than that unless if you completely transform here and rotate it. So you have a thigh swirl. Ooh. If you move the front skirt up, oh, sorry. Oh, you see, like I said. So this I do have an issue with. So, and this I don't believe is just mine I think it's most likely common for everyone else, but there's no pegs. There's actually just a hook right here for the back skirt. So what you have to do, okay, oh wait, there's one peg over here, but over here you have to try and hook it and see if it actually stays. So now for the front, we're going to move the front flap so it can actually kick. Do a full kick, and there you go. Now for the back, doesn't go back that far. Now for a knee bend, here, full knee bend, and for ankle, oh, let's just move side to side. And there's also a little toe thing, but well, heel, but that's mostly for transformations. Now another thing that you could do, which I wouldn't really recommend, is actually the back cannon. So you can have it display two ways, like what you see on the box. Let me just lift up. There we go. Or you could have it displayed this way, more show accurate. So that's your option, G1 Toy or G1 Show. But the issue is that here, okay, it's die-cast metal, and you are rotating and grinding against the chrome. So it does a lot of scratches and will actually cause a lot of damage as well. So what I recommend is that once you choose the side that you want, just leave it like that, because the transformation is irrelevant when it comes to it. So then you'll be completely set and you don't ever have to worry about that. So me, I prefer to leave it exactly like this. Now we're going to do some size comparison, starting with MP-29 plus Destron Laser Wave, aka Shockwave. Side by side, they look amazing. Now Megatron has a good 2 inches on Shockwave, but what can you expect from the leader of the Decepticon? Now for the next lineup, we have the MP-10B Black Convoy, aka Nemesis Prime. Now they're pretty equal. I find Nemesis Prime would be a little bit taller if you include his antennas. But then again, we could say the same thing for Megatron's cannon. So I would say Megatron has a good inch in height compared to Nemesis Prime. Now for the next one, we have from the Transformer War of Cybertron Siege, Jetfire. Now that is a good 4 to 5 inches difference. And for me, I find that's pretty accurate if you're comparing it to the G1 Show, because Jetfire was huge and it was bigger than most of the Decepticons and Autobots. So for me, this works perfectly. I just only wish that it was actually a masterpiece Jetfire. Next, we have from Titans Return, Trypticon. So clearly there is a big height difference, almost a foot difference between the masterpiece MP-36 plus Megatron and the Titan Return Trypticon. Now I know that is not show accurate because in the show, Trypticon is a giant city. So it's almost like comparing like me to like Quebec. There is a big difference in size. But I am happy that Trypticon is dominating in the size to a good point. So if I display all of them, it makes a big difference and you can actually tell that this is a city bot and a Titan. Now that's it for the size comparison. Now it's time to get into his transformation. Now if you are enjoying this time-lapse video of the transformation, comment it down below. If not, let me know, because for later on, for future episodes about Transformers and all the reviews that we will be having, I would like to know if you guys prefer a time-lapse video or if you would like me to go step by step for each transformation that I do.
here is his transformation. Now, it is very complicated, and the instructions are in Japanese, and I do not read Japanese, so that is pretty complicated to do. And the instructions are not really fully detailed, and one thing that I have a big problem with is that it's not in color. So usually there's been a few masterpiece instructions that actually has them in color, so it's very simple and easy to read, so it works out. But this, it's so fragile and so tight, and it's very like frustrating to transform because there's pieces that you have to be like super rough with and like almost bend, and then you have all the chrome that you don't want to scratch and ruin it, so it's very complicated like to deal with. So I usually just leave in its robot mode and never touch it, unless if I'm changing how he's displayed, but he always remains in the robot mode. And this is probably the second time I actually transform this figure. So let's talk about accessories. So first thing, we have the scope. So to transform, you just lift like this, and there we go. So scope's done. Then we have the barrel, which we're just going to flip here. And this is the one thing that I really like, is that the MP-36 Megatron, there was so many issues with the barrel, like getting stuck, people breaking it. But this one, it is perfect. It's not too tight, it fits, it stays, and it's easy to remove. So we're actually just going to slide it in like this. Perfect. Next, we have the stand, which we're going straight in and out. Then these, and all what we need to do is slide it. So right here, and yes, there's also a button to attract. There we go. Let's see if I could get most of it on camera. Ah, that works out. So I actually love the look of this. It's very like the G1 toy. But for this transformation, okay, the original Masterpiece Megatron, I find had the best mold for this transformation. And even like the silver and everything, it was shiny, it was realistic, and it was heavy. Especially if you had the upgrade kit for it, it was huge. So that would be probably my favorite mold out of all of them. But that's for that transformation. But for the robot mode, I prefer this one a lot more. It has multiple options, and it is probably my favorite one. Now, I would never display it like this, so after this episode, I'm definitely going to retransform him for the third time now, and then place him on the shelf.
That's it for today's review of the MP-36 Plus Megatron. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, like and subscribe, because every week we'll be releasing 2 episodes. And if you have any collectibles, hobbies, or competitive games that you would like to see on this channel, comment down below. And if you can't decide, that is okay. Follow me on my Instagram, Vaughngear, where I post my personal collections and upcoming reviews I'm planning on doing. Till next time, I'm Vaughn, and this is the Gear Channel.